I turned 50 in less than 2 weeks. In fact, in 1 week exactly. It's kind of weird because 50 is a big age, but I don't feel that big yet. Maybe by 60 I will. We'll see. I don't know how you're supposed to feel at age 50. I feel like in a lot of ways, I only really started going after it 7 or 8 years ago. And, or I guess I'll say, 9, 8.5 years ago is when my transformation started, and I started awakening from the sleep that I had been in for 41 and a half years. So this is what people mean when they say be kind to your future self. For a lot of my life, I was not kind to my future self. For the last 8.5 years, I've been kind to my future self. There's a lot going on in the country. I wonder if, as a country, we're being kind to our future self. As a world, are we being kind to our future self? I don't know. It's also a challenge to keep myself separate from everything that's happening around us. People who are in power, whose actions have an effect on my life, might be doing crazy things. What does that mean for me and how I live? How do I separate myself from the actions of the people around me, the people above me, the people who have power over me? What kind of power do those people have? It makes you think about, if you live in a place like Russia. Here in the United States, our leaders might act in a way that we don't agree with, but we have freedom of expression. And you can go onto the internet or go out in the street and demonstrate and say whatever you want, and you won't get arrested. There are places where that's not true. So what do you do if you live in one of those places? How do you live? Do you stay there or do you leave? Do you express yourself knowing that there will be consequences, or do you stay quiet? I don't know. These are good questions. It's scary to think about these questions. We don't have to think about a lot of things living here in the United States. We're very fortunate. People living in Europe have to think about more things than we have to think about geopolitically. People living in Eastern Europe have to think about more things geopolitically than people in Western Europe. People living in Russia probably don't have to think about as many things geopolitically because their country is more powerful than most other countries around it. The biggest thing they have to think about is China, which is more powerful than they are, and neighboring. Everything is relative.